Hey, this is Toby, welcome back to another video. So in this video, I will talk about a virtual private server for your algo trading, why you need a VPS, and I will show you step by step how you can get one. Okay, let's go. Okay, so first of all, I want to talk about why you need a virtual private server when you do algo trading. So when you run a expert advisor on the MetaTrader 5 platform, so this is here on my local PC. I have the MetaTrader 5 installed. And if I want to run a trading bot here, I can just drag and drop. And I will take one. We code it here on my YouTube channel. Maybe the Bollinger Band EA. I start the EA here. And we can see it's running. In the top right corner, we see the icon. And yeah, the EA is only running if my MetaTrader 5 platform is open. And of course, if my PC is connected to the internet. And as soon as I close the MetaTrader 5 platform, or of course, if I shut down my PC at home, the EA will not take trades and can't manage positions and all that stuff. So basically to run a EA 24/7, or let's say 5 days a week, 24 hours a day, you have to, run your PC at home, and the MetaTrader 5 platform has to be open all the time. Also at night, so this is very inconvenient. I did this in the beginning, but I soon realized that I need another solution for this. And there is a simple solution. So a virtual private server, you can think about this like a PC in the cloud. So it's running all the time, and you can shut down your PC at home and let the EA and the MetaTrader 5 platform run on this virtual private server in the cloud. And I can show you a simple example of a virtual private server. So this one here is one of my servers, and here I'm running the MetaTrader 5 platform, and on the MetaTrader 5 platform I'm running my expert advisors, my trading bots, and they take trades and manage positions even if I close the connection and if I shut down my PC, my local PC at home. So you can really think about this like a normal Windows PC. The only difference is that this is running on a server in the cloud. And you have a normal desktop here. You can install everything just like a Windows PC. I can close the connection now, and the server will still run on the cloud, and my EAs, they will open positions and follow the strategies. And there are also other reasons to get a VPS. So for example, the connection is more reliable. The uptime is, a lot of times it's like 99.99%. And you also save on energy costs. So if you are serious in algo trading, you need to have a virtual private server where you run your EAs. So now we know what is a VPS, why you need one for your algo trading. And now I want to explain the different options you have. So in MetaTrader 5, there is a built-in VPS service you can use. If you look at the toolbox, bottom right corner, VPS, you can see you have different options to rent a server here directly in the MetaTrader 5 platform. I would not recommend this option because you don't have a graphical user interface. So if we look at a normal VPS from an external provider, we can see the EA is running, we have a desktop, and we can just check if everything works like it should be. With this option here in MetaTrader 5, you don't have a desktop, the EA is just running in the background. If you are fine with that, of course you can use this service here, but I would not recommend this built-in VPS service from MetaQuotes. Okay, so let's take a look at the other option, which is to rent a VPS from an external provider. So for this, I will just use Google here. Let's just search for VPS. And there are many different providers. I will just open a few links here. And a lot of times you will find different options for the VPS. And I have to say the cheapest option is good enough, I would say, to run just the MetaTrader 5 platform and your EAs, and you don't need a lot of CPU power and storage for your VPS. Of course, if you want to do like backtests and optimizations on the VPS, you have to pick a more powerful VPS and it will get more expensive. But I do all my optimizations and backtests on my local PC. It's just more powerful than a cheap VPS. And on a VPS, I will just run the EAs in the live market. Okay, and also make sure to pick a Windows VPS. You can see there are different options like Linux and Windows servers. And the MetaTrader 5 platform runs only on a Windows operating system. I think there are ways to also run this in Linux, but it's more complicated. So I always go for a Windows VPS. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's more convenient. So make sure to pick a Windows VPS. And yeah, there are also different options for the time. Here, 1 month and 1 year. If you go to a new provider, in this video, I want to always show you just start here with the and I will shorter period step by step how to set up. If you're satisfied with the performance, with this provider here, Contabo, a 1 year plan, for example. And there are a few more things I want to talk about before we do a step-by-step tutorial how to rent a VPS. So there are also dedicated servers. Here with this provider, you can see dedicated server. They are way more expensive. So with a dedicated server, you just have your own hardware in the server farm. With a VPS, you share the hardware, the CPU, for example, with other clients. But to run MetaTrader 5, a VPS is good enough, I would say. So I always go with a VPS. And another thing, there are also like special forex VPS out there. So if I add trading here, world's best forex VPS, in my opinion, you don't need a specialized trading or forex VPS. That's nonsense. They are way more expensive a lot of times. Yeah, and I just don't see the point getting a forex VPS or trading VPS. Maybe they say they do their maintenance on the weekend, but if there is a server crash during the week, well, there is a server crash. But the uptime for a normal VPS is really 99.99% a lot of times. So yeah, maybe they also claim they have a better connection with lower latency, but for the MetaTrader, this doesn't really matter. Like a few milliseconds, it's not important. Yeah, so that's why I would just take a normal VPS. And in this video, I will show you how to get a VPS with this provider here, Contabo. This is a German provider, and I will now switch the language to English here. And yeah, it's not important that the provider is in your country. I would just check if the provider has a English website or a support in your language, basically. So right now I don't have a server with this provider here. This server here is from Host Europe. I'm also pretty happy with this provider. I can just look it up here, Host Europe. But they increased the price a few times lately, so I just want to switch to Contabo. Now, before we start the tutorial, I want to say the link in the description below to this provider here is a affiliate link, so you don't have any disadvantages using it. I just get a small fee, but I want to say this, and yeah, the reason why I use this provider for a new server is because I had a few servers in the past at Contabo, and I was pretty happy with the performance. So that's why I'm switching from Host Europe to this provider now. And yeah, I just thought, why not make a video on the way for you guys? Of course, you can use any other provider. For this step-by-step tutorial, I will just use Contabo. Okay, so let's start with the tutorial. So the link is below the video to the site here. I will select this option here. The price, of course, is the current price at the time I record this video. This might change in the future, but in general, Contabo has pretty good and low prices for the servers. So I will select this one here. And here you can select the duration of your plan, 4 weeks or 1 year. I think with the 1 year option, you just save the setup fee. So I will go with the 4 weeks here, and I will check it out. If I'm satisfied with the performance, then I will extend my plan. And for the region, yeah, I don't think the latency is that important. We don't do high frequency trading in the MetaTrader 5 platform. So I will select the European Union. And since my broker, DarwinX, is also UK based, that's completely fine for me. I also have an account at IC Markets. So maybe you want to select Australia here. But again, the latency, I don't think it's that important in the MetaTrader 5 world. Okay, the next option here is for the storage type. By default, this one is free, 400 gigabytes. Looks like this one is also free. This is probably a special offer right now, so I will take this one. You can also select this 100 gigabyte storage type here. Again, you don't need that much storage for your MetaTrader 5 platform and a few set files. So I will go with this option since it's free. And yeah, here for the image, very important now to select the Windows server. It's just more convenient. It's a little bit more expensive. So right now I will pay 13 euros per month, but I think that's still a good price for a Windows server. And you can also select the version here. But yeah, let's just go with the latest version, 2022 data center. You have also other options here, but yeah, I'm not a IT specialist, so I just want a simple Windows server. Yeah, and down here, I have to create a password. Okay, of course, make sure to write your password down somewhere. And everything else here on the side, we can leave it as default. We don't need a backup, no private networking. And I will just click on next here. So for this video, I will create a new account here, enter all my details. Okay, now I have everything filled in and I will just click on next here. Now here for the payment options, you can pay with PayPal, credit card. I will use the SEPA direct credit option here. And let me just fill this in. Okay, now I will just click on next here. Okay, so here just review your order, your customer data, make sure everything is correct. And then you can press on order and pay. And let's see. Okay, I will just close this survey here. I have the confirmation and I will now check my mails for more details. Okay, so I just received 2 mails from Contabo. In this first mail here, looks like you have to do a manual payment, at least the first payment, just for security reasons. So I will do this right now and I will use PayPal. So my VPS is available immediately, because if you do a bank transfer, this might take a few days. You just have to keep this in mind. Okay, so I just did the payment via PayPal. And now I should get back to Contabo. Okay, so I will receive another email when the payment is done. So I will close this window now. Okay, so I just received an email that the payment is done. Here's also a link where you can check your order status, and it looks like it takes up to 3 hours to set up the VPS for Contabo. But in the meantime, we can already log in into the dashboard. So let's do this. So there is another mail with the login link. You can also just go to Contabo and log in from the website. But here's also the password we need and the name for the login. So I will click on this link here. Of course, this should be in English if your IP address is located outside of Germany. Just enter your login name and password and click on login. Okay, so now I'm logged in into the client area. At your first login, you should change a few things here. So go to customer details and change all the way down here the password, and also activate the 2-factor authentication. Okay, and if your server is already set up, this might take a few hours. You should see the server here. If you click on your service, here's your VPS server. And there's also a menu option here, VPS control. You can manage your server here. you can see the status, it's running right now. And let's actually log in to the server and install MetaTrader 5 on the VPS. Okay, so I just opened the remote desktop connection app. I think this is pre-installed on any Windows machine. So here you just enter your server IP address. You can find the IP address on or in the client area on the Contabo website. And here there are some more options here. I will just click through them. Yeah, I leave everything as default here. And I will just click on connect. Now I have to confirm that I want to connect, and I will also click this, don't ask me again. I click connect here, and now you have to enter your password. You have to click on more choices here to enter the administrator for the user name. So administrator, and you have to enter your password you set at the order process. So I will just do this. Like this. And you can also click on remember me here, so you don't have to do this again. But I will just click OK now. You have to confirm. And I click don't ask me again for this computer. Click on yes. And let's see. And now we can see it's a normal Windows operating system here. At the startup, also the server manager will start. You can minimize this or close the server manager. And this is now your virtual private server. And the next step is to install the MetaTrader 5 platform on the server. Okay, to install MetaTrader 5, I would just download your broker's MetaTrader 5 setup exe to your desktop. And here I have my master EA. You can use any other EA. It's just to demonstrate how to start the EA on the server. So I will copy both of these files here and I will just paste them here. And you can just copy and paste stuff if you have the clipboard option selected at your login. So here I will just execute now or run the exe. Let's check the settings. That's fine. Click on next and let's wait for the installation. Okay, and of course you have to log in to your broker account in the MetaTrader 5 platform later. So I will close this now and we can see we have the icon now. Let's open the MetaTrader 5 platform. And yeah, here you can just log in into your trading account. Let me do this real quick. Okay, so now I'm logged in into my trading account. It's Sunday, so there are no quotes, but you can install your EA here, open data folder, MQL5, just like you would do on a local PC, experts, and I will just copy the file here into this expert folder. And you should see it here in the navigator now, and you can drag and drop it on the chart. And you can start your EA and let it run here on the server. And now if you close the connection here, the server will still run and yeah, your EA will open and manage positions. Now, before I end the video, I want to give you a few more tips. So I would always recommend to update your Windows operating system on the weekend. So you can just, like for a normal PC, look for updates and also update your MetaTrader 5 instance on the weekend. Yeah, and I'm not a IT specialist, so maybe it's good advice to change the username from administrator to a different name. There might be also a more secure way to log into your server, but in this video I just wanted to show you the easiest way to set up a VPS. Okay, so that's basically how you set up a VPS for your algo trading. The link to the provider again is in the description. There's also a link to my website for my programming course if you want to learn MQL5 from the ground up. I also have a Discord server now. You can join for free. The links are all in the description. Yeah, if this video was helpful, would be nice if you just leave a like. If you have a question, you can write a comment. And I wish you the best in your trading, and I will see you in one of the next videos. Bye bye.